In this video we can start from this expression, that is we have the expression for EF as h cross square by 2m into NF by pi L the whole square, when NF is the Fermi level, N corresponds to the Fermi level. So that what we can see is that since each n state, if each n state is occupied by 2 electrons, so this n and nf are related by this equation. N is equal to 2nf. So this Fermi energy EF is equal to h cross square by 2m into instead of this nf pi by L square, we have n by 2. nf is equal to n by 2. So n by 2 into pi by L the whole square. So this is the final expression for the Fermi energy in one dimension, where n by L is denoted as the electronic density, that is total number of electrons per unit length. So also we have E is equal to h cross square by 2 h cross square k square by 2m, and EF is equal to, we can write as h cross square kf, that is the k corresponding to the Fermi level, by 2m, that is equal to pf square by 2m. So where kf is k, we know it is equal to n pi by 2l. K is equal to n pi by L, that is our already known expression. So here this n is replaced by n by 2. So this becomes the expression becomes n pi by 2l. So therefore pf we can write it as h cross into kf, that is equal to h cross into, instead of kf we have n pi by 2l. So this is the expression for this Fermi momentum. And also pf is equal to m into vf, so that is equal to h cross into n pi by 2l. So vf is the Fermi velocity. In terms of momentum can be expressed as mass into velocity. So vf is equal to h cross kf divided by m. And for kf also you can substitute the value here, n pi by 2l. And this vf is termed as the, vf is an important expression which is termed as the Fermi velocity, and the expression for which is h cross kf by m, and kf is nothing but n pi by 2l. So also this Fermi energy can be expressed like this, kb into tf, where this tf you can write it as ef by kb, and ef is equal to h cross square by 2m into kf square by kb, since ef is equal to h cross square by 2m into kf square. And so this tf is termed as the Fermi temperature. So the expression for Fermi temperature, Fermi velocity, all these are important expression. And Fermi level is the maximum energy level that can be occupied by electrons in at absolute temperature. Now all the levels below Fermi level are completely occupied, and or we cannot see any electron above the Fermi level at that absolute temperature. Next we can discuss the case of free electron gas in 3 dimension. In 3 dimension, the free particle Schrodinger equation in 3 dimension is minus h cross square by 2m into dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square of psi is equal to E psi. That is h psi is equal to E psi. H is nothing but this h here, h psi is equal to E psi. So h is nothing but h is the total energy p square by 2m plus that is the kinetic energy, and the potential energy here, that is equal to 0. So p square, the quantum mechanical expression for this momentum is minus h cross square by into dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. So if the electrons are confined to a cube of edge L, then the wave function of the standing wave is given by, so the standing wave solution of these electrons confined in a cube can be expressed as a psi n is equal to a sin pi nx into by x by L sin pi ny into y by L sin pi nz by L into z. Instead of sin n pi x by L in 1 dimension, we have here three different quantum numbers nx, ny, nz in 3 dimension. And instead of x we have x, y, z. So the total wave function will be a combination of all these functions. So where nx, ny and nz are positive integers. Nx, ny and nz are positive integers. Therefore the wave function satisfies the periodic boundary condition. The boundary condition satisfied by the wave function is psi of x plus L y z is equal to psi of x y z. Similarly, psi of x y plus L z will be equal to x, psi of x y z, etc. So wave function satisfying the free particle Schrodinger equation and the periodic conditions are of the form of a traveling plane wave, and as a simple representation we can express it as a psi k of r is equal to exponential I k dot r, where the components of k satisfies the condition that kx, ky, kz is equal to 0 plus or minus 2 pi by L, etc. Plus or minus 2 pi by L, or k I in general, that is equal to plus or minus 2n pi by L. So the components of k are the quantum numbers of the problem. So here this k has three components, kx, ky, kz, and all these can be in a simplest representation in exponential form. We can represent the wave function as I k of r is equal to exponential I k dot r, and this wave function k is nothing but k square plus ky square plus kz square. Now we can see that whether this this expression for psi satisfies the boundary condition or not. So exponential I into kx into kx into x plus L, that becomes exponential I into this kx is nothing but 2n pi by L, then into x plus L, that is equal to, we can split that into two exponential. First one is exponential I 2n pi x by L, and the second one is exponential I 2n pi. So this is nothing but 1. Exponential I 2n pi is equal to cos 2n pi plus I sin 2n pi. So this becomes 1, and it is the same expression as that of the psi k of r, that is equal to exponential I kx into x. So we can say that the given wave function satisfies all the boundary conditions imposed on psi. Now the solution of this Schrodinger equation is given by the expression epsilon k. Epsilon k is equal to the solution, the energy Ek of the orbital is given by epsilon k is equal to h cross square by 2m into k square, that is equal to h cross square by 2m into k square plus ky square plus kz square. And suppose we multiply psi k of r with p, that is p psi k of r, then the operator corresponding to p is minus ih cross del psi k of r, that is also equal to h cross k, and the eigenvalue of momentum operator is h cross k of psi k of r. Now if we consider a system which consists of n free electrons in 3 dimension, then all the occupied levels can be expressed represented as points inside a sphere in k space. In k space we have we can consider a sphere, and if all the electrons are satisfying this, all the electrons which satisfies the given boundary conditions that is imposed by the three-dimensional box, they can be assumed to be a points inside a sphere in k space, and the energy at the surface of the sphere will be then the Fermi energy, and the expression for Fermi energy will be equal to h cross square by 2m into kf square in k space. And the importance of k space is that in k space in a volume element of 2 pi by L the whole cube, there is only one allowed wave vector, that is one distinct triplet of quantum numbers kx, ky and kz is allowed, that is Fermi. So in a k space, each point in the sphere corresponds to one allowed value of k. So in a volume element of 2 pi by L, that is a volume element in K space is represented as 2 pi by L the whole cube. So usually the this K space means it is the reciprocal space ആണ്. സോ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇതിൽ പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ യൂഷ്വൽ വേവ് വെക്ടർ നമുക്ക് യൂഷ്വൽ വോളിയം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എൽ ക്യൂബ് ആണെങ്കിൽ അത് കെ സ്പേസിലെ വോളിയം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി 2 pi by L ദി ഹോൾ ക്യൂബ് ആയിരിക്കും. സോ ഈ 2 pi by L ക്യൂബ് വോളിയത്തിൽ ഓൺലി വൺ അലൗഡ് വേവ് വെക്ടർ കെ വാല്യൂ ആണ് പോസിബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ആ ഒരു ഗിവൺ കെ വാല്യൂവിന് കറസ്പോണ്ടിങ് ആയിട്ട് കെ എക്സ് കെ വൈ കെ സെഡിന് ഒറ്റ സിംഗിൾ ട്രിപ്ലറ്റ് ഡിസ്റ്റിങ്ക്റ്റ് ക്വാണ്ടം നമ്പേഴ്സ് ആയിരിക്കും നമുക്ക് അലൗഡ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ടാവുക. അപ്പം നമുക്കിവിടെ ഒരു ഫെർമീസ് ഈ ഗിവൺ സെറ്റ് ഓഫ് എൻ ഇലക്ട്രോൺ സിസ്റ്റത്തിന് വി ഹാവ് എ സ്ഫിയർ ഓഫ് വോളിയം ആൻഡ് ദ വോളിയം ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് സ്ഫിയർ ഈസ് this radius of that sphere is the Fermi up to the Fermi level ആണ്. So the volume of the sphere which we are concerned is that 4 by 3 pi k f cube ആണ്. And so the number of total orbitals will be 4 by 3 pi k f cube divided by 2 pi by L the whole cube. That will be the allowed number of k values, and then in each orbital we have 2 electrons, so the number of orbitals will be equal to 2 into this value. This term is the allowed value of k, and since each level corresponds to 2 electrons, then the number of orbitals will be equal to 2 times this value, and substituting this we will get 8 by 3 pi k f cube divided by 8 pi cube L cube, that is equal to 8 by 3 pi k f cube into L cube divided by 8 pi cube, and that will be equal to V into k f cube divided by 3 pi square, that will be equal to n, where n is the total number of atoms. So here the total number of atoms in orbitals, total number of atoms that is allowed atoms will be equal to this V into k f cube divided by 3 pi square. Since here 2 comes, you can read here as where 2 comes from 2 allowed atoms values of the spin quantum number for each allowed value of k. 2 allowed atoms atomic value, these values of the spin quantum number for each allowed value of k is positive. So this is another important expression in the case of 3 dimension. The 3-dimensional solid satisfies the condition n is equal to V into k f cube divided by 3 pi square. Here V is nothing but L cube, the volume of the box which we have considered. So from this equation we have kf will be equal to 3 into pi square n divided by V the whole raised to 1 by 3, and depends on n by V, the particle that is kf depends on n by V, where n by V is the particle concentration, where kf is the Fermi wave vector. Kf is the Fermi wave vector which corresponds to 3 pi square n by V all raised to 1 by 3. And the allowed value of Fermi energy is given by you can see it is given by h cross square by 2m into kf square. So that is equal to h cross square by 2m into, for kf you can substitute this value 3 pi square n by V the whole raised to 1 by 3 into 2 becomes 2 by 3. So Fermi velocity will be equal to h cross kf by m, so that is equal to h cross by m into kf you can substitute. So this is an important expression in the case of 3-dimensional box or 3-dimensional solid. Kf is related with the this n and v like this 3 pi square n by V all raised to 1 by 3. Now from this Fermi velocity also we can calculate, we have calculated that Fermi velocity will be equal to h cross by m into 3 pi square by n 3 pi square n by V all raised to 1 by 3. So the conclusion which we can make from the discussion so far, that is the energy free electron gas in 3 dimension, is that in K space or if we assume this for 1 K value we have only one allowed triplet quantum numbers Kx, Ky and Kz. and we can consider these occupied free electrons of a system with n free electrons. All the occupied orbitals can be represented as points inside a sphere in a K space, where and the boundary of that will be the Fermi surface, and so the volume of that surface will be equal to 4 by 3. Usually it will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Since here it is a K space, it will be 4 by 3 pi into, and the radius, maximum radius will be that corresponds to Kf, since the boundary is a Fermi energy. So 4 by 3 pi into Kf cube. Since each volume element in that K space will be equal to a small volume element will be 2 pi by L into whole cube, and that corresponds to 1 K space, 1 K value, and so from that we can calculate the total number of atoms present. Since the total volume divided by the volume occupied by a single K vector will give you the total number divided by 2 of that electron, because each K level is occupied by 2 electron, one in the spin up state and one in the spin down state. All this comes from the assumption of Fermi-Dirac statistics. So by using these, almost all of the properties shown by the metals can be described very easily.